And as I told you, my father, he's a painter, so I grew up around art my whole life. And I watched him paint, listen to, all types of music, jazz, nuanced types of music, classical music. Like I'm a big hip hop fan, like R&B. Like I didn't listen to all types of music. So like art and entertainment was kind of like always there. So like my brother, Franklin Thompson, he's not actually my brother, but he's like one of my brothers. Like when I call somebody my brother, I mean that we got a connection beyond us having maternal parents. Like even if it's like I got a little brother, we got both same mother and father, but regardless if we had the same mother or father, based upon our relationship, I would still call him my brother. Because at the end of the day, all of us being human beings on this planet, if you a male, you my brother for real, because we in the same environment, whether we know each other prior to this existence right here, you still my brother, and that's still my sister. But it's just because of, the society we live in, it's caused us not to think in unity, which is a part of, something that we might talk about in this interview right here. But basically, my brother Franklin Thompson, we grew up together, man. I've known this brother since we was like 12. Grew up on the same block, 3rd Street, uptown, and he was a painter at the time. Like he went to Banneker High School, which isn't far from where we at right now. And I met him, hanging out in the neighborhood. And when we turned about 18, 19, he showed me that he was painting. He was an avid painter. Like he was an abstract expressionist. He was showing me some of his work. And I was like, man, this is really good stuff, man. People will buy this stuff. And we just started realizing, man, I just started realizing that all the skills I done learned through the finance, I could be building an entertainment company with it, and I could build an art company with it. And I can help Frank make money off his work just as much as I can help this company sell these stocks. So basically what we did was we started doing art events. We started doing art exhibits, started inviting at first it started out with me doing photography. I was doing photography. I learned film photography at a youth development center when I was like real young. So like I found me a camera at the thrift store one day, started taking pictures of him, painting. The pictures come out real good. We'd put them up on social media. We'd get a lot of traction from them. And from there, we started building a little fan base. Then what happened was we got smart one day and was like, man, let's do an event, see if we can make some money off of it, saying we can, bring a lot of people into one spot. Because what happened at the time was we from DC, so we was used to going to GoGo's every weekend. Like GoGo's was like the lifestyle, like every weekend from 2008 all the way to 2011 is like we going to the GoGo like every weekend. Then all of a sudden that shit just died. It was over. It was like the world stopped. The whole DC just stopped. And then gentrification just started happening, right? So the GoGo stopped happening because of violence, because of a bunch of different stuff. The government didn't really want it going on, district government. So they put a lot of holds on the venues in the area to stop doing it because of different situations. So because of that, the youth in the communities didn't really have an outlet to go express themselves and go have a good time on a regular basis. So a lot of crime started happening. A lot of kids was out on the block, doing stuff that they weren't supposed to be doing because they ain't had nothing else to do. So what we realized was that we wanted to keep going to events. It was getting to a point where the weekends were so boring that we would just do dumb stuff just to keep our minds occupied. So we realized, man, we was after a while we was gonna be in a situation where we was gonna start being to our detriment. So like we started throwing our own events. It started out with house parties, and then we did a couple house parties and Jones was popping because like we were promoted for 2 days, and we had damn near 500 people showing up. We had to shut it down at 11:30. We started at 9. We got to shut it down at 11:30 because the police outside. It's so deep because the whole community has been waiting for somebody to do something and to fill this void that the GoGo left. Somebody been waiting for it. So when we started doing these house parties, the first thing we did was Turn Up Temple. It was like this campaign we did. It was a house party campaign, Turn Up Temple, the ultimate house party experience. And we would basically take houses and we would do house parties to a whole nother level. We had security, everybody would be in uniform. We got a full bar. We got chefs coming in real live making food. We had food at a house party. We got DJs, music performances. We got art on the walls. It's a whole nother level of house party. And because of that, we got a lot of respect from people like, our community, the people that was our peers, because they watched us hang out on the block, and then they watched us change mentally and then start doing stuff like this. And where I see our biggest benefit, promoting events was when we started integrating two different crowds. Because we from a neighborhood where it's a lot of lower income, middle class, and then we started promoting to kids that lived on the other side of Military Road, people that was in the upper northwest, like kids that went to Wilson and kids that went to school up there, and their parents like real well off, real highly acclaimed doctors, attorneys, like entrepreneurs, like the people that own the big houses on 16th Street. They live around all the embassies. They cool people too. It's just they didn't know anything about the other side, and it's vice versa. The other side had no idea about this side. So what we thought in our head, like we pretty, me and my brother, we pretty cool people. Like we know a bunch of people. We go to Wilson all the time, so we know all the kids that's up there that don't know the kids over here on the other side. So what we did was we basically promoted to both sides, and we got everybody in the one room. So now all the dudes that's hood, they see all the kids that's not hood, and they get to meet them. And it's not in a situation where it's tension. It's like we at a party. Let's just have fun. So that was extremely beneficial to us. So like right now when we do events, we get a very diverse crowd. It's never just, all black people, all Spanish people. It's people from all over, and they from all different economic standpoints. It's not just rich people, it's not just poor people. It's people from a whole spectrum. Because in the beginning, we made it very clear that we didn't want to like segregate our crowd. We wanted to be very diverse, because it's not really about, just appealing to our demographic, even though our people in our community need help. It's really about blending everybody so that we can really take full advantage of what we got. So we started doing those house parties, did our first art exhibit, man. We sold like $1,500 worth of paintings, bro. Like that right there was just like crazy, because it was a moment where it was like, dang, we realized did this. Like we made money at the door from doing the event, we made money from the bar, and we sold endless pieces. And it's our first time go around doing that type of art exhibit like this. So it's like, man, what else is next? Like, what's possible for real? Like, what is possibility? Like, and we just started pondering on it. Like, what else can we do? And it's to a point now where we have an understanding for the market, because we from DC, and we've been so involved in the market for so long that it's almost like I am the market. Like we are the scene. Like the things that we think, our imagination, things that come out of our imagination, it manifests itself in the scene. Like when we did our first art show, bro, like no, there was no art shows, bro. There wasn't any gallery viewings for young painters. Like of course there's gallery viewings for painters, but most of them are like older painters. Right now in DC, it's a scene where it's young people painting and they doing their own shows, and it's young people rapping and they doing their own shows. When we started doing shows, it was none of that, bro. It wasn't nobody doing nothing. It was no shows at all, bro. And I literally watched the creations that we've created turned into trends, where after we started doing our shows, now people that come to our shows, other artists, other curators like myself, they become inspired, and then they start doing it, and then other people start doing it, and then it becomes like this trend where like these kids is real live, like they're developing their own skill based upon what they see us doing or based upon what they see other people doing. And that's what it's been all about for real, like inspiration. People change for two reasons, inspiration and desperation. And the reason why I changed was desperation. I didn't get inspired by nobody for real. It was me getting tired of the same thing happening over and over again, getting in trouble, losing money, being in this negative mind state. And then I just got desperate, and then I found somebody to get inspired from. The scene, just be able to go out every weekend, and regardless if we do anything, I know that there's something going on. And to know consciously that 3 years ago that wasn't happening, and then after we made a conscious stride to start that happening, and to know 3 years from then, now that is happening, is like a profound thing for me. So it's like damn, like how close are we to God that we can manipulate the context of reality to the point where it fits what we think in our head. Like the problem was there wasn't enough events. We started doing events. Now there's too many events. Now there's events going on 3 times a day, 4 times a day, and you have to really pick and choose which ones you want to go to. Before, you didn't even have that luxury. So it's like that right there. And then we started doing, we got this campaign, me and my brother, called Rent is Due. And we the landlords. Like being a landlord is being a master of the universe, being in complete control, self-mastery of what you got going on. No matter if you're a photographer, if you're a painter, if you're an entrepreneur, no matter what you got going on, be a landlord, be an owner of it. You can be a landlord or a tenant. It's real estate situation. You got your landlords, you got your tenants. The tenants, they spend money with the landlord. They don't own the property. They just live there. It's like, and then the landlords, they control the property. They receive the rent. They benefit from the property, and they own it. They can put their name on it if they want to because it's theirs. So we're encouraging young people to be landlords at whatever they're doing. So no matter what you got going on, be a landlord at it. Be a master of your situation and be in full control, and then that will reap the benefits that you're looking for. But until you become a landlord in whatever you're doing, you'll always be a slave to someone else, whether it be mentally or physically. So we started doing this campaign called Rent is Due, where we was making this merchandise, clothing merchandise, mainly baseball caps with Rent is Due across the front of it. And man, we just used our network for real, man. Network marketing is a beast. Like we was just going hard, man. Like people ask me all day, like, yeah, man, Rent is Due popping, man. I see it everywhere, man. How y'all get it popping, man? I just keep it 100 with people. Like I'm not trying to hide, you know, the tricks to the trade or whatever you want to call it, the secrets to, you know, setting trends or getting things popping. Like I'm gonna keep it very blatant 100 because I want everybody else to benefit from the information that has benefited me. And to be completely honest with you, it's just going balls to the wall, guerrilla marketing. Like taking this product, taking this message of being a landlord, and Rent is Due is the philosophy of a landlord, taking that consciousness and being so passionate about it, and then taking that passion, putting it into a product, in this situation, a hat, with the simple words, 3 words, rent is due on it, putting that passion into that hat, and then selling it to as many people as possible, wearing it every single day, getting in front of the right people, collaborating with the right artists, the right entrepreneurs, the right socialites in the city, putting it on their heads, doing strategic photo shoots, partnering up with venues, doing relentless events. Like we've probably done, in the past year, we've done over 100 events, bro. Over 100 events, house parties, music venues, art shows, tours, just social events, just doing just parties, just in general, just doing events, being involved in other events, over 100 in the past year, bro. Like, and I say that to be very serious about, like, it don't come easy. Like, it's not something that just happens. Like, you don't just get on the internet one day and your idea is just viral all of a sudden. Like, there's always like a backstory behind it, like a back engine that was really getting it moving, that was like really pushing this purpose that you got out in the world. Because whatever you make is a representation of you or whoever, you know, made it. For instance, it's a representation of me and my brothers that created this Rent is Due situation that I'm talking about now. So it's like all of our purposes, all of our passions, all of our energies put into this product, and then we all pushing it together. Like all the people that's with my camp, like we support every project 120%. Like everybody behind it. I sent a fly out to somebody, to my team, and like it's spread. Like everybody gonna send it out, you know, to their networks, because we all behind what we doing so much. We believe in it so much. Our belief level is so high in the things that we do that it's like we got to support each other. So like it's multiplication. It's a law of multiplication. Me, myself, I'm only as powerful as my 2 hands and my brain. But if I have a team of 10 other people that are all consciously and mentally on the same level as me, then anything that I do is now multiplied 10 times. That means that if I can go out and sell 10 hats myself on the street, that means if I got a group of 10 other people, we can, in the same amount of time it took me to sell those 10 hats, we can sell 100 hats. Because it's 9 other people, and now with 10 people. So it's like, the key for real is what we call the Mastermind alliance. When 2 or more people come together on anything, nothing's impossible. As simple as that. Taking these basic ancient philosophies from the ancient Egyptians, people from Kemet, and just really manifesting them in current reality. Taking the technology that we have, like social media, and really manipulating, you know, marketing or, you know, psychology, and not being scared. Because at the end of the day, people that are not consistent, they're scared of the results. Like they're scared that what they put out is not going to be sufficient enough to satisfy their market. It doesn't matter. People react to what you put out there. Of course, you want to put quality work out there, but you don't want to be in a situation where you're scared to put out work because you don't know what people are going to think. If I believe in myself 100%, the people I talk to, they're going to believe in me 100%. If I believe if I talk shallow, like, yeah, I think we about to do this, or yeah, hopefully we get this done this time, or hopefully then I the person that I'm talking to, they feel that same way. They get that same energy from me that I give out. So every single day we got to monitor the energy that we give out, because whatever we give out, we're going to receive. If we sell ourselves 100% to a person going to buy into us 100%. So like as salespeople, as entrepreneurs, we always got to be conscious of that. Just tailoring our brand to be like, tailoring ourselves to be the best us, no matter what's going on, behind the scenes and in front of the scenes. We found a few different ways to expand. Like we used the money that we was making selling merchandise to orchestrate a full-on tour, a 12-show tour, including 7 cities, including DC, Baltimore, Richmond, Virginia, Hampton, Virginia, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, New York City, both Manhattan and Brooklyn, and Greensboro, North Carolina. So basically we took the money that we was making from selling merchandise and we refinanced that and put it into a tour. So the tour, which you would think like and it wasn't just me and my brother. We went. It was probably 15 of us traveling each one of them shows. Like it was a group exhibition. So like it was like a music concert / a visual art concert. So we have painters and photographers got their work on display, beginning portion of the shows, and then the latter portion of the shows we had DJs and musicians perform their music. So we'd do that at every single spot. So we was traveling. We had to get rentals. We had to get accommodations, get Airbnbs. Like we traveling 15, sometimes 20 deep. Like when we went to Richmond, we was squad. We had a whole van. Like we was deep. So the financing behind it's like it's all independent. Like we didn't get any money from no outside sources for this specific project. It was all money that we made from hustling out on the street and creating something out of nothing. Literally putting our product into the marketplace and guaranteeing and buying that we was gonna make money. Like just believing so much that people was gonna buy our product that we was relentless with it. And that was I think us going to those events and being out there was a key part to our success. And our success as far as developing this trend that we see today is, the rent is due. Like people's, the subculture, the rent is due. Like what you see today on the internet, what you see today in the streets was a byproduct of all those days of hustling. Like me and my brother, like doing those events, and even before we came up with the rent is due concept, all those house parties and all those art shows and all those times when we was involved in the scene, all that built up to this point. Like the rent is due didn't come. It's not as powerful as it was just because we just started doing events. It's because we've been doing events for like 3 years now. And when we launched the Rent is Due campaign, we had a huge platform to sit on. Like we had already built the foundation. So when we kept up with that marketing, that guerrilla marketing, the foundation just built until it was a pyramid. And at this point, right now, we're looking to put the last couple stones on it and really turn it into a pyramid and really build an empire from what we're doing. So we just started like manipulating the market. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, bro. Cause after a while, you just get an understanding for just the psychology behind things, and you know how to create trends. Because after you've done it once, whether it be on accident or on purpose, it's your duty to study that, to take conscious note and take notes of the progression as it goes along. And then once it's done, look back at it for study to identify why it happened. So you then can do it again on purpose, as many times as you want, as frequent as you want, and as powerful as you want. So we started doing